Hey guys, so you'll be seeing a lot of content on my page pointing to my upcoming Believe in Yourself masterclass. So I wanted to tell you a bit about it. Now, I haven't called it Achieve Your Goals or Make Your Dreams a Reality or anything outwards focused like that, because I wanted it to be very intentional and very specific in terms of what we're getting at here. And while believe in yourself can seem quite vague, the purpose of cultivating self-belief isn't vague at all. It cuts straight to the core of what allows us to function with ease and grace and fulfillment and contentedness in your life. And that is the place from which all of those external goals and desires can find their way into your life. And self-belief isn't accessed just by information. Think this or think that. It's accessed by direct experience. So for example, if I ask you, do you believe this video is playing? You'd say, of course, I can see the video, I'm watching it now, so why wouldn't I believe it's playing? It's the same when it comes to believing in yourself. You really need to experience this self and that fullness and what it can do and what's underneath all of the noise and all of the limiting beliefs and all of the excuses and misinterpretations about what's possible, not only in terms of what you're capable of, but how you feel when you're going about your life. Now, on a very practical level, the reason I've made this course about self-belief and confidence is because this is one of the core elements that's allowed me to succeed professionally, make bold leaps personally, and as someone who used to live with a mental illness, it's a state that I'm so grateful to experience today. It's required if you want to live a life that feels free, but it's not something that you can just click your fingers and get. So for those who already know me, you'll know that I used to be a news anchor. And behind the scenes, I was quietly working as a meditation and mindset coach until I decided to put this new direction front and center. Now, both working in the kind of industry that I did and the decision to create that shift required self-belief. But the confidence that helped me find success in my once dreamed career as a news broadcaster is different to the confidence needed in order to leave that job in favor of a new dream. The confidence needed in my career is more masculine in nature, meaning it requires direct experience with things that scare you, perseverance, overcoming nerves, speaking in front of an international audience. It's very goal-driven and outward-focused. The other, leaving that career, which had been my safety blanket and my comfort zone, requires more of a feminine natured confidence, meaning it requires trust and faith and the courage to let go. And for a holistic sense of self-belief, both are equally as important. And it's important to note that I was never someone who had an innate confidence, although everyone around me would be astounded to hear that. It was actually something that I cultivated. So over the years, I worked tirelessly on my mindset and balancing my body's chemistry. And you should also know that my desire to succeed wasn't always driven by the most healthy of motivations. I wanted to prove myself and prove to myself and the world that I could make it, because I'd mistakenly equated my self-worth to my professional success. But regardless of the motivation, these tools did actually help me find professional success. But then I wanted that image of success that others saw on the outside to match how I felt on the inside. And that became the next phase of my journey. And that's how I ended up teaching what I teach today, because I want you to know that it is possible to feel good inside, regardless of what's happening on the outside. And I want you to see how you can design your own view of the world and of yourself, and that whatever obstacles you're feeling or excuses you're making, they can be replaced with opportunity passageways and motivation that come from a deep knowing that you're driving the ship, the inner ship. It's also important to say that I'm fiercely committed to transparency when it comes to talking about self-development, because our expectations are what cause much of our pain and suffering. Change happens over time, and there's no one-size-fits-all pill or panacea when it comes to personal growth. First of all, change happens slowly and incrementally by showing up over and over and over again and doing the work consistently, as annoying as that is to hear. But it's like how we make a strong rope, right? We lay down one string and then another and another until it becomes sturdy and strong. And this isn't intended to make you feel hopeless or fatigued. I want it to make you feel calm and encouraged, because nothing's wrong with you. You're human. And humans are multifaceted, and you're learning and unlearning like the rest of us. But I tell you this because if you want the life you say you want and to feel the way you say you want to feel, you need to start laying down the right pieces of string and cutting off the ones that don't weave nicely with the rope that you're trying to make. So in a let your mess become your message kind of way, this leads me to how this course came to be. So I want to introduce you to the how of making these changes in your minds and behaviors. So over the years, I've drawn upon knowledge from many wise teachers and engaged in practices from a multitude of healing practitioners who all use different tools to guide us towards the same place, inner freedom and peace. Now, here's why I've created this course in the way that I have, with 4 other facilitators with unique gifts and expertise. So having done a lot of courses in my time, I know that it's all well and good to accrue information, but that information is useless unless we can actually use it and turn it into action. So this means the information needs to integrate into knowledge and wisdom. So it's like a computer. It won't be able to run any new software unless it has the correct hardware for it. So that's how this course is designed. It's run like a comprehensive rewiring, and the action happens in the sessions themselves. So I've handpicked these facilitators for this masterclass because I've been personally transformed by their teachings, and I just feel compelled to gather them in circles so that you can experience their magic for yourself. So here's a little bit about the structure. It starts with the mind-body connection, which will be explained in detail in the first session. We'll be working on the body level first by de-exciting the nervous system, clearing out the junk so that there's space for the upgrade. So I'll be leading you through a super calming session that soothes and pacifies the stressed out physiology and uses acupressure points and the body's meridian system to prepare the body and mind for change. Then Michelle will lead you through a breathwork session, which will allow you to access your subconscious mind and discover the parts of your belief systems that are keeping you stuck. You'll learn how to hold these with compassion and cultivate self-worth. And once you can see those hidden chambers of your mind, then you can move to healing them. Then Zoe will help you to rewrite that story and show you how you can access creative solutions to the way you design and create your experience of self-belief. Dean then moves more into behavioral psychology. Now that you've kind of seen what's keeping you stuck, he'll help you go deeper still to reclaim your inner world and navigate it with a sense of clarity. Then Gurumukh will use ancient wisdom and philosophy to refine the way you see yourself in the world. He'll answer your personal questions and will start super gently cutting away those unhelpful strings in the rope. And then I'll meet you again to address the mind's attachment to thoughts that are responsible for sticky traits like perfectionism and those fears like being an imposter or a fraud. And we'll have a yummy special goodbye together and address any lingering pain points. It's run live on Zoom. You can see more about it in the link in my bio, but all sessions are recorded, so it doesn't matter where you're tuning in from. So accessing all these teachers in just 1 week is an incredible gift that you can give yourself, and you'll be taking one of those all-important steps towards making your dream life your real life. So we all know there's no practice run for life, right? So ask yourself how much longer you're going to wait before really showing up for yourself. The dates are February 16th to 21st. The early bird special ends on Jan 29th. And I hope to see you there. Sending you all my love.